G'day Nerfers, Jim here, and welcome to Convo with a Creator. Today we have Calvin from Blastify Tech. Now, how are you today, Calvin?
I'm very well, thank you, Jim.
Good.
Yeah, very well.
What have you been up to? I know you've recently released your products, the Blastify Scar, and I know you got a 6 and an 8 string variety of those. How did you come up with this amazing bit of design? And what's different from your design compared to other people's designs with Scar barrels?
Well, originally, I've had a lot of different Scar barrels on my blasters, and a lot of them did break. And from that's where Blastify really started, and just wanted something robust and something I could really rely on. Being a, owner, maker, it makes it easy for me to sort of go back and forth between the workshop and trying to figure out something that I really could tweak and basically make that would suit how I play my game, which ended up being what it is today, which is the Blastify Scar.
It's a very good looking product.
Oh, thank you. It's been a very long road, obviously, and we feel like, it's come a long way, and it's got a long way to go as well.
Yep.
And hopefully everyone out there agrees as well.
So I've seen in your socials that you're recently testing for HPA sort of silencing type in your Scars. Now, do you want to tell me a bit more about how you intend to, silence the pop a bit more with HPA?
So with the internals, basically it's all going to get ported, which we have tested on a few of our originals already. And from that, we have been testing a lot of different foams to actually absorb the sounds that come out from the porting, which will then be collared. And so the sounds will be trapped within the collar itself before sounds coming out of the barrel. That's been that most airsoft porting works, and so we're sort of following suit from where they are, and it's just applying it to the Nerf industry.
Nice. That sounds like there's a bit of prototyping still to get done on that space.
Yeah, certainly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm very keen to get some HPA gear, and I can't wait to chuck one of your suppressors or Scar barrels on the end of it to really give it that spin and pop.
Definitely. But we're not too far off, really. We're looking at maybe just after December, just after Christmas, probably. We're probably releasing some.
Nice.
But we've had a lot of inquiries about it already, so we're just trying to hold the floodgates back at this point.
So you mentioned that you've got a lot of inquiries, so business is pretty good for your product. There's a lot of demand, I should say.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, there's a constant flow of people asking about our products. Obviously, it's a bespoke product, as you know, and there is a lot of details that you can put into them. So some people, ask for something that's a bit more high-powered, or something that suits their color build as well. And it depends on the individual, really. It's not just one product in itself where you just bung it onto a actual blaster. It's got so many facets to it that you can really tailor-made. It's just like a tailor suit, basically. You're just tailoring it to the blaster that you want it to go on. So that's what we...
If I have like a 250 Exus, and then I have a 300 HPA, whatever, I can get two different Scars that perform slightly different to give me that accuracy that I need for both blasters.
That's correct. That's very much correct. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, and you've done a lot of testing with the 6 and the 8 strings. Is there really much difference with the two different string?
Well, with the strings, the reason why we bumped up to the 8 string was because it gives a better line as it comes out the barrel. So with the amount of pressure with the 6 string, it adequately handles 250 plus, but once it hits the higher numbers, we feel that there's a bit of a tail wobble,
Yep.
which actually the 8 corrects a little bit better. So
Nice.
that's why we've bumped it up to the 8.
So if you got anything under 250, you're better with a 6. Anything above, you're better with the 8.
That's right, yes.
I've recently seen in your socials as well that it takes you about 7.5 hours to make each scar. That's a long time. That is a long time. Just talk about the process, how you make it in your shop.
Okay, so, well, it's a really long-winded process to really explain, really. Obviously, there's 4 collars to the Blastify scar itself, including the collar itself. But obviously, the indexing part, which is the internals of the barrel itself, needs quite a lot of cutting, a lot of stepping down. So you can imagine this original part was just solid block aluminium, and we're just literally cutting it down a step, count lots of steps. So it takes about, just to do one part, takes about an hour or so just to just to mill that part out and lay it out. So there is a lot of machining, a lot of setting up to do, and in the end we also string it up and we then have to test it. So that's where the 7.5 hours comes in, really. That couple of hours right at the end is for us to really test it, to make sure that we are happy with the product. If not, it goes back to the shop again. We re-ream it again, and we ream it by hand. Just to make sure that the internal bore is totally smooth and that the dart's not dragging at any point. And then we will restring it again. So the restringing part is also not arduous, but a point where we feel like restringing 6 individual strings is better than stringing one long strand throughout a whole scar, which is what most industry scars are at the moment.
It sounds like a very long process. So you have a lathe or a CNC machine in your house to do all this?
Yeah, we do have a workshop. And so what happens is, it just goes to a point where we have made blanks when there's a point when there's a lull, or, there's in between orders, we would be making blanks. And from those blanks, we would then customize each individual parts to suit that individual's needs, basically.
Good idea. So you've got lots of spares on hand, so when an order comes in, you can quickly get at the order of the customer as soon as possible, basically.
Yeah, as soon as we can. As soon as we can. There are quite a few orders coming in, so...
Well, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
Now, you've got a lot of, for your sleeves, you've got a large range of colours for these things, with the anodizing of the different colours. Will you be expanding that range, or you got set colours that you'll be sticking by?
We have the set colours, which we are sticking by, which is the generic 6 colours. So the new green has just been added. But we have the red as well, and the orange, which has been really
I like
popular.
The orange.
Everyone's been loving the orange. So the orange has been going up very quickly. Actually, we need to reorder a whole bunch of orange collars, and we have the gold as well. Nice. People seem to forget that there is a gold that's out there, and like a anodized electric blue that sparkles in the sun, and of course the lovely purple.
Nice, very nice. So say if I wanted to get something for in Sonic colors, is that possible to get customized colors?
It would be pretty hard. We can try and color match, but we have had a lot of people asking for colors like white and special build colors like sparkles put into them. Being that is an anodized bath, what happens is there is a contaminants that happen. So in order to go through that whole bath process, it's quite an arduous setup to do. So we tend to just farm these out for us to be. That's the only thing that we don't actually do, which is the anodizing part. We leave it up to the professionals to do.
Yep.
And we have been in talks with them to expand our color ranges. And so far, it's been good. We've got a couple more colors coming up, and
Ooh,
We'll see how we go. I can't say any more than that.
Give us a hint. Come on.
Yeah, it's for next year's release.
Okay.
Along with the short barrel scar that we've got coming as well. So
pretty much watch this space for more info, basically.
That's
so got
right.
to follow your socials, your Facebook and Instagram, to make sure we keep up to date with your colours.
Yes, that's right.
Now, I just want to know, how did you get into the hobby of Nerf to start off with? Because I know you had an airsoft background. Is it just something you wanted to bring over from your airsoft history and you got into Nerf that way, or is it just a completely different change for you?
Well, I think being in this state where we don't have airsoft, it was the most likely thing to actually drop into. Of course, it was totally new again coming back into Nerf. But with the help of the community and the group, the amazing group of people that we have in our games, I've been able to upskill very quickly and to try to understand the internals, which is what I'm all about. I'm all about the internals, the workings, the mechanics of the blasters and how to tune them better. As I am with the external aesthetics as well, but the mechanics definitely come first for us. So that's how I got started originally. Just being hungry for more of the mechanics of what Nerf is all about.
So basically trying to up your game, get that pinpoint accuracy over, say, 25, 30 metres. You can reach out and basically touch someone with a dart.
That's right. Exactly right. Yeah.
To try and bring airsoft in line with low-powered, Nerf and low-powered airsoft together.
Oh, we're not exactly trying to become airsoft, obviously.
No.
As much as, I miss the game itself, it's totally a different style of gameplay. And I really enjoyed the community so much as well, and they're so supportive.
Yep, excellent. So any upcoming products, are you going to expand your range into different aspects of blasters, or are you going to stick to scars at this point in time?
Oh, good question. So next up, we do have the punch, what we call the punch. This is the mini.
Yep.
So if you can see, it's
and how many strings is that one? Is that
it's
six?
still a standard. It's still a standard 6-string.
Yep.
So it's a compact. It's for CQB.
Yep.
Yeah, and basically it still hosts the same accuracy as the cousin itself, and we're looking to try to tweak it a little bit before we actually release it. Obviously, it needs a more aggressive turn when it comes to the strings within the scar itself, but we are getting there with the product at this rate, and we have a few out in the wild already, and people are testing it for us and trying to get feedback for it.
So mine's in the mail, right, Calvin? Mine's coming in the mail. That's where it is. Okay, excellent.
I'm sure there are a lot of people who are on the wait list who actually hope. I've had some comments to say I hope that this is coming out before their name comes up on the list for their cutting of their scar. So, fingers crossed for these guys as well that, we get there before Christmas, I guess.
Mate, thanks very much for chatting to me. And what I'll do is I'll leave all your socials and links in the description box so people can check you out and keep in touch with you through your socials. Thanks. Anything else you wanted to add before we sign off?
No, I just want to say thank you for having us today. And, have fun out there, and hopefully I'm able to see some of these products out there performing well as well.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Calvin, for joining me with Convo with a Creator, and I hope to see you on the field.
Thank you.